On this day in sports history, a team that had long lived in the shadow of a rivalry finally stepped into the spotlight and changed the future of their sport forever. Before Nagano, women's hockey had grown rapidly but remained largely under the radar. International competitions existed, but Olympic inclusion gave the sport its global stage, and there was no rivalry bigger than the United States versus Canada. Canada had dominated the first 4 world championships and entered the Olympics as the heavy favorite. The Americans, however, had spent years building toward this moment, blending speed, physical play, and disciplined defense. The gold medal game would settle more than a tournament. It would define the sport's future. This episode is brought to you by Preventive Pest Control, New Mexico's hometown pest pros. Whether it crawls, bites, or stings, they've got you covered with year-round protection for your home or business. Call 505-792-8380 or visit ppcabq.com today. The matchup delivered everything fans had hoped for: speed, physicality, and precision. The Americans struck first, setting the tone with aggressive forechecking and relentless pressure. Canada answered with intensity, pushing the tempo and testing U.S. goaltender Sarah Tueting, who delivered a legendary 21-save performance. While the U.S. had rotated goalies throughout the tournament, it was Tueting who stood tall in the finale, keeping the Canadian powerhouse at bay. As the game wore on, the Americans executed their game plan with discipline, controlling the puck, winning key battles, and capitalizing on scoring opportunities. When the final horn sounded, the scoreboard read, US 3, Canada 1. The U.S. women were the first ever Olympic champions. What followed became one of the most iconic celebrations in Olympic history. The team gathered at center ice, draped in American flags, singing and crying as the national anthem played. For many players, the moment represented more than victory. It was validation. Years of fighting for recognition, funding, and the opportunity had led to this stage, and now the world was watching. The 1998 gold medal transformed women's hockey. Participation numbers surged across North America, youth leagues expanded, and girls who had never seen women compete on this stage suddenly had heroes to emulate. The U.S.-Canada rivalry became one of the fiercest in international sports, but the true legacy is seen today in the Professional Women's Hockey League. The sellout crowds and professional standards of today's game were built on the foundation laid in Nagano. Players like Cami Granado, Angela Ruggiero, and Katie King-Crowley became pioneers. Their victory helped pave the way for the PWHL, the sustainable professional era of the sport. NCAA expansion, massive growth in college opportunities, and media coverage, global broadcasting of women's championships. February 17th, 1998 wasn't just the day the United States won a hockey game, it was the day women's hockey arrived on the world stage. History wasn't just played that night, it was forged on ice. Women's ice hockey made its Olympic debut in the 1998 Winter Games, and the United States immediately seized the moment, defeating Canada to capture the first ever gold medal in the sport. Since that breakthrough in Nagano, the U.S. women have remained a global powerhouse. They have reached the gold medal game in every Olympic tournament, turning their rivalry with Canada into one of the most compelling matchups in all of international sport. Their perseverance was rewarded in 2018 in Pyeongchang when Team USA defeated Canada in a dramatic shootout to reclaim Olympic gold and end a 20-year drought. From 1998 to today, the U.S. women's national team has defined consistency, resilience, and excellence on the Olympic stage. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts so you can catch a new episode every day. Sports History Daily is a new show, and your support really helps. Sharing the podcast with a friend or leaving a 5-star rating and review is one of the best ways to help us grow and get noticed. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow on Sports History Daily.